Hello guys and gals, and welcome to a new episode. And in this episode we are going to talk about what future bike that this channel is going to have. Yes, one day Minion will say goodbye.
How dare you!
But what bike am I going to get? Maybe it's like yours. Let's find out. You know, I've been hinting for some time that I was going to actually get more of a touring bike. It only makes sense being here in North Carolina, and getting from point A to point B is definitely much longer of a drive than in Southern California. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about my favorite bikes, the ones I'm really eyeballing right now, while we head to Walmart, because I got to get some oil for my truck. Before we dive into that, want to first really quick address two things. Sorry I have not been really posting much of anything. Life has been absolutely chaotic. Work has been busy. Life has just been busy. And my son moved back to Southern California to be with his fiance. So I want to say I love you both. And I really miss my son, and I spent as much time as I could with him before he left. So writing kind of went on a halt for that one. And second, Minion unfortunately has been acting up. So I needed to figure out what was wrong with her, and that took some trial and error. So now that pretty much have had that fixed, let's dive into this list. So anybody who knows, I am a huge fan of Ducati.
From Italy.
Ducati has been literally my #1 brand ever since I was a little kid. And you know, my first love was a Ducati 916. I mean, that bike, I had that on a poster when back when I was, what was it, 1992. I had that bike, and I was like, you know what, one day I'll be riding that bike. I haven't. Oh well. Anyways, Ducati is my brand. I love this brand, and I've always been a fan of them. I would like to stick with that regarding the touring model, and that would obviously none other be the Multistrada. Yes, Ducati's Multistrada is my #1 pick if I could get a touring bike. And I really don't mind. I think it's the 1200 or the 1260, but obviously the brand new V2 and the brand new V4, those are like the creme de la creme. Main reason why though that I can't get that bike, and more than likely might not, I can't afford it.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because
those bikes are very expensive. But if I had to get one bike to do it all, would be the Ducati Multistrada. Now me personally, I have never ridden one, but being in the San Diego Ducati crew, several of those guys had that bike, and you know, I'm sorry, I've seen that bike in action on the back roads, and I've seen it on the highways, and it is just one of those types of bikes that, wow, just, it has everything. And anybody and everybody has ever said that bike is just it. So Ducati Multistrada, that's my #1 pick. You know, Ducati, if you do see this, you want to maybe work out a deal, I'm planning on to ride it, so don't think I won't be filming and riding. So just a little hint, and I will be tagging you guys, so who knows, email me with my email contact below. Let's get to my second pick that I would love to get. My second one would be my second favorite brand. If you have watched any of my videos, and I encourage you, please go back, watch some of my older videos. You will find out really quick which one's my favorite, and it is none other than Kawasaki. I absolutely love Kawasaki. My last dirt bike was a 1997 KX250.
you're old.
I just love Kawasaki. Obviously, if I was going to get something, the #1 pick for that brand would be the Kawasaki Versys 1000. That bike is just fantastic. Obviously the 652 wouldn't be bad, but I just want something that I know for a fact that when I'm on the freeway or highway, I'll be able to cruise and be comfortable. That is kind of where I'm kind of leaning, is more the higher CC on that one. And the problem is trying to find one. They are very hard to find, and that's because they're that good of a bike. So there you go. That's going to be my second one, and that bike I have ridden. And when I got done riding that bike, I remember coming home to my wife and telling her that I absolutely loved that bike. And yeah, there you go. Okay, so third one. Let's see if you guys can guess. Leave in the comments below really quick. Go ahead and pause it for a second. Leave it in the comments. I think majority of people are going to say Yamaha. Well, nope. No. Sorry. I'm not a fan of Yamaha. Never have been.
It flames on the side of my face.
And I will make a separate video on that if you guys want to talk about it. I will. I'll give you my pros and cons about Yamaha. But no, it's actually none other than the NC750 Honda. I absolutely love that bike as well. And one of the reasons why that bike in itself is kind of like on my top tier is because of the gas. That bike, not only does it get such phenomenal gas mileage, it's just generally it's an easier bike to work with. And if I wanted to go kind of a longer distance, I don't want to have to fight a bike or have to worry about maintenance or anything like that. And Honda kind of has it on that. Honda's always have been extremely reliable, great on gas, and the price, the NC750 is actually not that expensive. The 700 is a little cheaper, but again, I would prefer the 750 just because I've heard how people basically say that it's not really that good when it comes to power. And I'm used to power. I'm used to being able to drop the hammer and, you know, be able to twisty the throttle-y. Now I can start filming. I always hate filming when I go inside of a store and I have a helmet on, especially nowadays. People kind of have this look that they give you of like, you know, what are you doing talking to yourself? And I'm kind of like, well, I'm really not talking to myself. I'm actually filming, vlogging. Life goes on. Anyway, the Honda NC750 is a bike that I've been looking at because, again, also price affordability. It's one of those bikes that personally I know because of a price wise I can be able to afford something like that when I want to sell that. And by the way, you know, speaking of, this bike is going to be for sale. This is something that if you are in the North Carolina area and you would actually like to purchase my Monster 620 Dark, hit me in the comments below and we can talk. Last bike on my list. Again, this is another bike I have not been able to test ride, but I've been doing lots of reading and a lot of videos on the reviews of this bike, and we are talking none other than the CFMoto 650. Now, again, I'm looking at price. I don't make money on YouTube, you know, and making the move and everything else that I've done, you know, it's not cheap. So I'm not made out of money and I have to look at a budget. So therefore I'm looking at the CFMoto 650. And another reason why I like this bike in particular is not only, again, price wise, gas wise, but also in general, it is what I've seen, even though that it is a Chinese made brand, everything on it is actually pretty good. Now obviously some of the buttons I've seen, some of the guys have complained about some of the buttons in the tactile, but the I think it's TFT display or whatever, the display up there is all digital and it looks really nice. And the bike, everybody has ever ridden, says it's very agile. Obviously on the freeway or highway is going to be an issue because it is not that heavy of a bike, so therefore, you know, you want to get, you know, hand guards and windshield up, probably might be best. And I need something that I want to really be able to use and be able to have for more than just a year. I mean, I'm planning, obviously number one is my Ducati Multistrada. That would be a bike just like this bike I've had for several years, and I love the bike. I want my next bike to be the same. I want to be able to have a bike that's going to last me a couple seasons and be reliable and not have to break the bank if I have to get maintenance. And I know that's where kind of the Multistrada comes in, but some stuff I could do by myself. I know that for a fact, but then there's some stuff obviously I'd have to take the bike in to get maintained. But in general, those are my lists. Just a really quick cover so I kind of get it out of the blue, and somebody might even ask, what about getting like a Harley or an Indian or something, you know. I want something that I can still be able to really enjoy in the turns. I know that Harleys can still do pretty good, but they're heavier, and especially for something that I'm more aiming towards, it's not going to be towards my liking. It's not going to be my style, and I need something that I know that will still be able to kind of keep me on my toes, but at the same time I can really hit the turns, maybe not necessarily going Mach 2, but you know, I want to be able to enjoy it. So anyways, that's what my list is and why I'm really not diving toward Harley or Indian. BMW is another one. The only reason why I didn't want to go for a BMW is plain and simple maintenance. Some of those bikes do take a little bit more maintenance, same as the Ducati. That's why I listed the Kawasaki, the Honda, and the CFMoto. So there you go. And I don't mind BMW, but if I'm going to get a bike that I have to maintain, I'm going for the Ducati Multistrada. So, and especially the V2, that would be it, man. I mean, the V2 is the V2 is the be-all, end-all bike. So, okay, well, it was a vlog. It was what it was, and I hope that now I kind of helped you guys and gals know where I'm aiming. I have a couple more videos coming out. I have a brand new review on motorcycle stunt review on some movies. One movie in particular, you might really think that maybe it was something done practically, you know, and I can just give you a hint. That's my hint. So until that video comes out, hit your notifications. Please remember to like, share, and sub. And hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay dry. I mean, that's right now what I'm hoping. There's a storm coming in. That's why I went to go really quick, get this done, change the oil of my truck, and I am done. So other than that, guys, take care. Ride smart, be smart, don't do drugs, and enjoy. Have a wonderful day. See ya. Bye.